History tells us ancient wars were fought with crude tools, sticks, stones, bronze blades. But that story is incomplete, because some ancient weapons weren't just designed to kill, they were designed to terrify, to dominate, and to reshape the world. Weapons so effective that entire empires rose around them and collapsed when they were lost. Tonight, we're uncovering the most powerful ancient weapons ever created, and why some of them still unsettle historians today. When we think of powerful weapons, we imagine destruction. But in the ancient world, power meant something else. Power meant psychological dominance, technological superiority, and the ability to end wars before they began. Some weapons weren't feared because of how many they killed, but because of what they represented: control, knowledge, and inevitability. Weapon number 1, the composite bow, the empire maker. At first glance, it looks simple. Wood, horn, sinew, but the composite bow was a revolution. Unlike earlier bows, it stored enormous energy in a compact size. It could punch through armor, strike from horseback, kill before the enemy even closed distance. Entire empires were built around it. What made it powerful wasn't just range, it was mobility. Armies that mastered it became unstoppable. Armies that didn't vanished. Why technology was secret? Here's what most people don't realize. Ancient weapons weren't public knowledge. The materials, the techniques, the training, they were guarded like state secrets. Lose the knowledge, and you lost the empire. Which brings us to a weapon that redefined fear itself. Weapon number 2, Greek fire, the unstoppable flame. Imagine a weapon that burned on water, could not be extinguished, and spread panic instantly. Greek fire wasn't just a weapon, it was psychological warfare. Once deployed, fleets collapsed before contact. Enemies fled at the sight of flames touching the sea. Its formula was never recorded, never preserved, and when it disappeared, so did a crucial military advantage. Which raises an unsettling question. How many ancient weapons were lost forever, not because they failed, but because their knowledge died? Weapon number 3, the war elephant. Living weapon. Not all ancient weapons were forged. Some were trained. War elephants were engines of terror, towering size, armored bodies, weapons mounted on living platforms. For soldiers facing them, discipline collapsed instantly. But their true power wasn't physical, it was psychological. Once fear broke formation, battles ended fast. And when enemies learned how to counter them, the weapon lost its power. A reminder that the most dangerous weapons depend on context. The weapon you never see. So far, we've looked at visible weapons, but ancient history hides something far more powerful. Weapons that didn't kill bodies, but controlled outcomes. Weapons that turned wars without bloodshed. Weapon number 4. Siege engineering, the war against time. Walls once meant safety, until siege weapons turned patience into a weapon. Catapults, ballista, siege towers. They didn't just break cities, they broke morale. When a city realized escape was impossible and relief would never come, the battle was already over. Power wasn't in impact, it was in inevitability. The most forgotten weapon. But the most powerful ancient weapon wasn't physical at all. It was organization, discipline, training, standardization. An average weapon in a disciplined system always defeated superior weapons used chaotically. Civilizations that mastered systems survived. Those that didn't were erased. Why these weapons disappeared. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Ancient weapons didn't disappear because they were ineffective. They disappeared because The knowledge wasn't written down, the specialists died, or the system collapsed. Technology isn't guaranteed to progress. It can be lost, and history may be built on rediscovering what was already known. When we look at ancient weapons, we're not just seeing tools of war. We're seeing what civilizations valued, what they feared, and how fragile knowledge really is. Some of the most powerful weapons ever created didn't survive time. Only the consequences did. And that raises a final question. What weapons did the ancient world possess that history never allowed us to remember?